There's no disputing that.
But John Griffing with the Houston Young Republicans doesn't see him as President Perry.
Well, I think many Republicans in Texas would be warm towards the idea of a Perry candidacy, but there are still larger numbers who are concerned, especially after the last bid, that it might bring negative publicity to the state of Texas.
It's the much bolder Ted Cruz who's the top choice among the majority of Texas Republicans.
The center want principles, the center want bold colors, and I think Ted Cruz brings that to the table. I think it was less about politics in this case for the Republicans and more about reacting and responding to what many felt was a loophole, a vulnerability in the abortion industry that needed to be addressed in Texas. I don't think the challenge is going to be successful, though a challenge is consistent with the pattern of behavior we've seen in the Democratic Party in the last few years.
If you disagree, they're nothing more than an unruly mob. John Griffing disagrees.
We're looking at the mob tactics in play and how this has been used to overcome the legislative process in spite of a majority in favor of passing all of these bills.
Griffing, the vice president of Houston Young Republicans, developed this YouTube video attacking their tactics.
The left-wing extremist mob is back, derailing the democratic process to protect their entitlement agenda.
Rush the floor. Total chaos is the only way to stop this. And there were hundreds of such tweets. So that attitude, that mindset, we feel is inappropriate within the context of civility.
The legislative body was busy over the weekend pushing through a dozen gun bills.
So I think what you saw achieved was that we were denying the efficiency of background checks and of stricter gun laws on reducing gun violence. Imagine how short and how short Sandy Hook might have been and how many lives might have been saved had at least one teacher been armed and trained.
The National Rifle Association has made its presence known right here in Houston, and there's a local organization playing a vital role. It's the Houston Young Republicans.
My name is John Griffing. I'm with Houston Young Republicans. HYR has a renewed focus on gun rights and the place of gun rights in the national fabric. Gun control laws have failed wherever they're implemented to reduce violent homicides and gun-related violent crime.
Forum inside this Washington Avenue restaurant, it is the Houston Young Republicans asking the question.
This event was the result of several members coming forward and saying, you know what, this is something we need to finally examine and address as a party.
Weekend passes from prison.
Tough on crime has been a Republican mantra for 25 years, but some in the GOP are now calling for a more nuanced approach.
You've got George H.W. Bush, who was the gentleman who came forward and said, let's have a war on drugs, let's end this problem, let's approach it in a military context. That hasn't worked out so well.
The police forces. And in the 1960s, the head of the Ku Klux Klan warned the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that they would no longer be wearing sheets.
And the KKK was started by Democrats.
Well, I don't care about Democrats.
All of them opposed the Civil Rights Act.
Democrats or Republicans, it's like voting for Satan or the devil. We wind up with hell with whatever choice we get.
We agree.
Because the mindset of both is two sides of the same coin.
Well, staying in power, like I said, is what Republicans in Congress are concerned with. What I'm concerned with are the facts. Can we prevent things like this from happening by simply enforcing our existing laws on public order, on not...
Conservative here in town, I have your title, John. He is the associate editor with the Daily Caller and former executive director of the Harris County Republican Party. Also, we have with us Suzanne Prairie, I mentioned 12 years ago while doing a story in Sharpstown. Now, Charles Adams, you're a host of a local talk show, also a former police officer and a lawyer. Now, my question, when we look at the shootings here in America involving African Americans, involving police officers, when African Americans look at those shootings, they see one thing. When some whites look at those shootings, they see another thing.
To your point, people in the white community see what's going on in America differently because we see all the progress that has happened in the last 30 to 40 years. We see the end of racial barriers in so many contexts. We see more opportunity for more people irrespective of their skin color. So when someone of my background, for example, is looking at the escalating violence, the escalating racial tension, we feel it's a tragedy because of how much progress has been made. So the focus needs to be shifted back onto what's being done right, and we can always fix the things and improve upon the things that need improvement. But let's look at what we've accomplished, and let's improve on our failings.
Like I can say, I disagree with this gentleman.
John, go ahead.
Here's the issue. We have achieved a post-racial society, and some people don't want to admit that. You ask me a question a certain way, I answer a certain way. Here's what happens on social media. Social media is an unchecked, unfiltered, instantaneous form of communication that eliminates people's ability to think twice before they talk or express their opinion. And because of that no-filter environment we've started to see rise in America, you're going to see opinions online different from opinions voiced in forums or venues like this.